Hi everyone, and welcome back to Scrap Edit Creations. I'm Diane, and today we are going to be creating a layout, sharing some layouts, sharing a project I made for Nancy, and creating a flower. So let's get scrapping. I am going to share some pages I did and we'll assemble one. So these are all 6x8, and I did this one and I just added, most of these are 1x2, and this one right here is a zip strip. So I have one of them that's a 1/2 inch by 2. Photos are kind of, random sizes. That's kind of going to be the theme of this whole book is random on the sizes of photos, because I want to fit as much in here as I possibly can. Taffy was very, very loved. Not that the other doggy books that I've done, they weren't loved, but we just have a lot of pictures of Taffy, and these happen to be pictures I took. She was just a baby, and she came over because my parents were going someplace, and we were watching her, and Jace had just gotten a new little laser level, and so we were playing, and it's kind of hard to see probably on camera, but right here is a little dot, here's a dot, here's a little dot, and there's a couple dots here. And she was just, I love this one because she was just running with her little floppy ears. I feel like her ears were as big as she was, but there's a dot here and here. So I thought these were kind of special to me, and I wanted to include these in the album. And there were so many, and I still didn't use them all. And I still, what, I've got 5, 6, 7, I've got 8 pictures on this little page. And I probably have a dozen more pictures of this event. So it's a very special one to me. The background is black by 6x8. Whoa, stuttering. And then the French vanilla is 5 3/4 by 7 3/4. So that is pretty much it on this one. Aside from, I pulled out little piggies and I used the Silly You, the Cutest, and So Sweet. When I was working on this one, that little piggies layout set that I did a long time ago for my niece really kind of popped into my head about the little stamps. So I thought that would be kind of appropriate. This one's a little crooked, but that's okay. I can't take it off without ruining the picture. So these were very special pictures to me. So this one's done, and I can't even tell you how many I have. This is when she was just a pup. This is actually the picture when they brought her home. My mom was in it, but she looked a little wonky, so I was like, we won't do that. I think this is their friend Mike holding Taffy right here. I know it's not my dad, or at least I'm pretty sure it's not my dad. So, but his head wasn't in the picture at all, so it was hard to tell. So I just kind of cut it down more, so we were just focusing on Taffy. So this one we've got 6x8 on the black paper, and then this pattern paper is 5.5 by 7.5. I had to double check my little notes. I did use some pen work around the edges. I also cut 6 1/4 by 12 strips, and I just put them on the page. I was going to kind of do like this, and then I decided to just kind of go across the whole thing. I cut out, and let me grab them. I have a bunch of them. I cut out a bunch of little bits to work with, and one of them is this bracket, and I have it in multiple colors because I'm going to put it throughout the book. And I've got that right there. So it's this kind of a scalloped label bracket, something like that. But that's in black. I've got the doilies. Now, the doilies for the album set for Kelly, I cut a bunch of these. And so I just started using them, and I'll probably have to stamp, of course, a lot more. But I used this little black one over here. I thought it looked really good. I punched out a little heart with a small heart punch that is somewhere on my desk. I'm not sure exactly where. This is almost a full one. No, it is a full one. So this is a full one in black, and then this heart sticker right here. Let me grab the sticker set. I know I've got piles of things I'm working with over here. I just cut this out of this piece, and then I left this so I could use this someplace else. It does have a little tiny cut right there, but I'm sure if I use this, it won't matter. I could either use like this little part, or this top part. I didn't feel like any of the other stickers kind of went with this, but I really liked these pictures. I thought this was a very special one. And this one, she was just so cute, adorable. Okay, so those are two that I have gotten done. This is another one that will be very special to my mom. And so I wanted to take the time to use some fun stickers, stamps, sorry. And so I have this precious moments, and any day spent with you is my favorite day. And this has double meaning for this page, as well as you brighten my day. So a couple of these pictures are kind of random. I have just this picture of Taffy looking off. I thought it was a beautiful side profile of her. And this is my niece, Emily, and Taffy. And I found that in my, let's see here. I think this was a picture I found in my mom's pictures I was going through. And this is a picture I found in my mom's pictures. And this is my mom's best friend, Cam. And she happened to pass away a couple years ago from COVID. She and her husband passed away within a few days of each other. So I know that this picture is going to be extremely special to my mom, and the double meaning of any day spent with you is my favorite day will make her cry. Because I'm getting teary-eyed, and I'm not as sentimental as my mom is about some of this stuff. So, but Cam was a good soul and a very sweet person. So I'm glad that my mom had her. So I cut these pieces 3 by 2, and I'm just going to anchor these down at the bottom and at the top in the center. I found a sketch online that I liked, and I thought, well, I might be able to get it to work. And when I laid stuff out, I thought it looked pretty good. So let's see if it actually looks good. Oops, with it all glued down. That'll be the test. And this shouldn't take very long. So there's 4 of these that apparently is going to take a little longer because of the fact that I can't put it down right. There we go. And this is one of the zip strips, and I thought it made kind of a cute border. And I'm taking, so there's a little bit of black here. So when I cut it, of course, I left a little bit, and I didn't want to cut that off. And then there's this white that's here at the edge. And so I thought it kind of blocked this off really nice, leaving the whitish, well, it's probably more of a French vanilla, and the black there right next to the words. So if you happen to cut this zip strip on your paper and it shows that little bit of black, it really does a great job of putting a little kind of a divider right there. So this page will be, let's see here, how big was this one? So we've got 5, it looks like 5 1/4 by 5. And let's see how big this one is. So this one is 5. So I need to do it by the 5 side. So it's this one. And this will match up. There we go. Okay. So we've got 1.5 inches that we need to go up. Oops. Stay straight. Stay straight. You can do it. So we're going to just put this at 1.5 right there. Very simple. It's, you know, it's pretty standard for like a 12 by 12 layout. I really like the feel of it, so we're just going to run with that. Now I'm going to work on this one real quick. This hopefully will be a quick one. I know I have it's not really a card, but it's the card I made for Nancy to show at the end, as well as how to make a flower. And so hopefully that won't add too much time onto everything, but I will show how I made the flower versus how they said to make the flower. Okay, again, we have that little black strip here. These are 1/2 inch by 2. We're just putting it right here. Totally a paper saving because I don't have a ton of this paper and I have a ton of pages. Also, I have no idea how many pages will fit in a 6x8 album. I feel like I am going to be running at least 20 page protectors. And I hope that that's okay. So if you know that that is not okay, let me know. It might be a double book. So this one went over, clear over to the edge. So it was 5x6. And I thought Emily's little photo down here. At first I was going to do this in cream, but I thought, nah, or cream, French vanilla, but it didn't really work. And I liked the doily pulling in this desert rose over here. And then just kind of lining this up, but we've got to kind of play with that over there. And then on this one, I thought just kind of at an angle, that's why it's stamped that way, and then putting this behind it so that we've got, you know, the desert rose kind of carrying over, as well as one of these flowers that was cut out of the doily. And I think that this will make a really nice page for my mom. So let's see here. I'm going to take the adhesive off of this and try not to push down on this one. And I bring it over a little bit. And I just put a little tiny bit of adhesive back here. We'll put that. And my mom might know the date. I might actually know the date if I look that up, because I think I saw that picture as well on her digital file. She's got some that are digital only, some that are digital and printed, and some that are digital, printed, and on multiple years, which I'm not sure exactly on some of them what year things are. I'm doing my best. And I put away my pop tape, so let's pull that back out. Okay. Put a big one there. Try to be a little savings on these because, again, we can't get them anymore. At least I don't think we can. Although Bitty sparkles are back in stock, so if you want some of those, you should grab those quickly. On gems, let me grab my pokey. I think I'm going to do what I did on those other two. I honestly have no idea how these pages are going to go together. So I'm just kind of building, and then I will start putting the pages in towards the end. But I've got 2 gems right here, and I did that on this one. I put 2 gems there and 2 gems here on that bracket, as well as on the flagged pieces. I put 2 gems up here and 2 gems here. I didn't feel that these pages would be great with something that was, you know, kind of a trio in around and about. I will add one though to this little center. I think I'm going to go with what Kelly did and put 3 in the center here. Yeah, I like that a little better. A little bit better. Okay. So then over here, I think I'm just going to wing it on where this gets placed. And let's see here. I'm going to kind of go up a little higher. And let's see if we can get Taffy in here. Let's put the pop tape here. I don't want to cover Taffy. So let's put this, and we want to offset that whenever you're putting this on to here. The pattern is here. I mean, you can see it, but we want to do the same thing even though we didn't cut out the other part. If we offset that from that flower, it'll give you that same kind of look. So let's see here. Hopefully that's kind of even. And then let's offset that. There we go. And let's put Emily's picture down. I love this picture. It is such a sweet picture of her and Taffy. When we moved out of the state, Taffy became more Emily's little puppy dog instead of mine. Yeah, Taffy and I had a very special relationship. I loved that little doggy. Okay, I don't think I'm going to put any gems down on this piece, though. I think I'll just stick 3 up here on this one. There we go. Oh, I really like that. I feel very good about this layout. I really like that one. And I'm glad I'm finding a bunch of pictures of taffy with different people. There were a few people, I don't know who they are, so I did kind of leave them out, but people I knew, and I have a lot of Emily with taffy, which is great, which is perfect. So I am going to pause this real quick and get the flower stuff set up, and I will be right back to show you the flower for the card. Okay, we'll see you in a few. Okay, so today I have done things quite a bit out of order. So this is actually the third probably segment you're seeing instead of the second, which I said with the layout. Sorry, I filmed the card bit earlier today because I had to bring it over to Nancy for her birthday, and I wanted to get it to her before I did anything else because her birthday's tomorrow and I won't get to see her on her birthday, and I wanted her to have it. So these are the flowers. This cut file was a dream. I will say it was a fantastic cut file. It cut beautifully. And I need to grab my little cutter thingies. These are actually, it says please use safety glasses. Whoops. Okay, so this is to like cut your dies from Lawn Fawn. It's really a cute little trimmer. Oops, I just kind of made that go away. So let's grab another toothpick. We'll find that one later. Grab an extra one just in case. Okay, so I'm just using this because it's easy, quick, and what I have. Use whatever you have when you're creating these types of things, and don't stress too much because it's perfectly fine to use whatever you have on hand. I also need to find my glue dots. Here we go. Okay, and my glue. So the way that they say to do it is to curl these down, or no, wait, it was curl these up and then kind of curve them, and I am so inked up still too. So just kind of play with the flowers, which was nice. I'm going to do up and down and kind of curve them. And he used a bunch of different tools. You could use kind of the ball tool, wrapping it around that would be perfect too. Just whatever you have. Don't go out and buy anything. Use a pencil, use whatever. And then this is one thing I will add at this point is I'm going to glue these together because otherwise they keep sliding, and I found I did not care for the sliding. There is a hole in the center, so that's nice. Just kind of curve these a little bit. And I found as I was curving them, they would just move back as my hand would move to the other side. So that was fun. Let's see here, get this back on here. Okay. And then this piece right here, just kind of put some glue on it. And then I am horrible on camera with this part because this is difficult for me. You just want to roll it. And I'm going to start off camera because I have to. Sorry. Okay, let's get that. Okay, so I've got it around there, and then I'm going to just kind of pull this down because the stick kind of went upwards. And then this little piece goes on, and then this piece, and I would have glued these together. Okay, so see how large the center is right there, and I don't care for that. I do really like the bottom little leaf. I think it's cute, but it's a beautiful, beautiful little flower. Okay, so what I decided to do was a little different. Grab my scissors right here. I ended up cutting off these little bits instead, and I grabbed a glue dot and I just kind of wrapped it around the top of the toothpick where I cut it off. And then I took and just kind of laid it on my all-purpose mat and picked up the little pieces. And then I just kind of pushed them together, okay? So then I built the flower the same way. Actually, you know what? Let's just steal this flower because that's easy. I'm going to put the green on here though because I do appreciate that one being attached. I'm just going to put it that way. There we go. Okay, so the next step that I was doing was turning it upside down and putting glue right there. And then I just kind of let it set. And I'm sorry, I would have done a second sample if I'd thought about it, but of course I didn't. So we'll try to make this go quicker by speeding some stuff up. So that it keeps it there. And see how much smaller that part is right there? Oops. It's right up there on top of it. It's not as tall. I really liked it a little better because the other one added probably another, maybe, well, what would it add? It was adding about 1/4 of an inch. And that's a lot in these little flowers. And as you saw, and I don't have it now, so I'm sorry, because I gave it to Nancy, but as you saw, there was a lot of these flowers. I did cut some extras. So then after that dried on the bottom, which it is not, as you can see, it's still wet, I took and I put glue up here. And then, yes, I put this glitter. This is some I've had for a while. It is a Martha Stewart Smoky Quartz. Ooh, doesn't that sound fancy? Okay, and so I just kind of did that and then tapped off. And I thought it kind of finished this little edge right here and gave it a little extra sparkle. I mean, I have glitter everywhere. I went to bed with glitter on my face last night. I didn't find that out until this morning. But that's how I did all these flowers. They are all inked in grape. These I didn't ink for this, but the other set that Nancy has, I did ink in the honey butter. So, and then these I did not ink. I didn't ink those on this one, of course, but I did on Nancy's. They're rosemary. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside and I'm going to close out this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Please check the links below for any of the, let's see here. So I won't have the cut file done yet. I am so sorry. I am working in double time and I'm trying to get things done. So I will work on that cut file probably when I'm in Oregon. So sorry about that for the 6x8 album, but I will put the link for this, the mug with the African violets down below, as well as on my blog. And I will have some pictures. Nancy took some pictures because I, of course, forgot to take pictures after we glued it together at her house. So with that said, I'm going to let you go for the day. And I hope you have an amazing day. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much. So I needed another gift, kind of a card, but it's more of a gift box. And I created all of these little guys, and I will show you how to create them in just a minute. I'm going to show you this box. I did try glossy accents and glue, and it did not work to hold it onto this piece right here. And this piece is the lid to this teacup. Isn't this beautiful? I love this paper. So I used mist and I used the Cosette. Sorry, I had to think there for a sec. And I used light mist as the accents. They say to use like gold and stuff, and I just didn't feel like gold or silver would look good with this. So I went with just the opposite color. So it's a nice little box. You can fill it full of little treats and whatnot. And then, of course, the lid is the floral arrangement. Let's see if I can put this back on. And, yep, it's on. And then this gets glued to right there. So this cut file I got off of Dreaming Tree. It's a very cool cut file. It's a little time consuming. I will say these flowers are a little time consuming, and I will show you my little hack for the flowers, which might make it more or less depending on your ability to do what I did, I found that the way that they had done it, I was having a hard time with. So I did it a smidge different, but I will show you that. I will also put the link below and on my blog, as well as some amazing pictures. But this is what it should look like once the flowers are attached. Isn't that pretty? It's kind of like a little vase. You could leave off that handle and just have it as a vase, or, you know, I mean, I guess you could probably just put the stuff right on it too. But you can see the green. And once I have it attached to this, you won't be able to see that as well. I mean, you can kind of see it here and there. I kind of wish I had spray painted the foam and just kind of made it the purpley color. I used grape. I used, what is this one? This one is rosemary. And then this is honey butter. I also have some glitter, which I seem to have moved. So I will show you that when I assemble one of these little flower guys. And then, of course, the mist and the cossette paper and ink. Mist ink and grape ink up here. I did use a little bit of the honey butter ink on this, but it didn't seem to notice. On here I used rosemary ink and then the white ink from Close to My Heart. So that is this project, and I will again show you how to make this flower in just 1 second. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and play today. Please like and subscribe if you would like to see more of my videos. Leave a comment and have an amazing rest of your day. I'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.